Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. Pleasure to be with you as we begin our taping this morning. A beautiful day in downtown Lancaster. And it would come as no surprise to anyone that lives anywhere in the Lancaster viewing area of this program that the downtown in the last decade has undergone just a tremendous renaissance. I mean, it is dramatically different from how it was, let's just say 10 years ago. And one of the real drivers behind that has been a group that kind of runs things downtown. They're in charge of a lot of the official things that go on. That's a Destination Downtown Lancaster, and who better to talk on that than the executive director, Amanda Everett. Welcome.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning.
Every time we have you on, dramatic things are happening, not only in your organization, but downtown. And so here we are talking about the update. I know we're into the first quarter here of 2025, but if you look back at 2024, great year for DDL.
Fantastic year for DDL and for the city as a whole. The downtown really is a representation of all corners of the city. It's the center of our civic pride, and we strive to make it a vibrant place of pride for everyone who lives in Lancaster.
Well, it reminds me, I can remember the old days where at noon when Anchor Hawking would let out, the downtown would just be flooded with people. And everything's cyclical, and those things changed. And then for quite a while, there was just not much going on. You couldn't tell lunch hours from any other hours because there wasn't anything to do. And now, wow, things are popping down here, and you guys are a big driver behind that. And we got lots of things we can talk about. But the initial one I want to talk about is a thing that I don't know how long the chocolate walk's gone on. It's been 5 years.
No, it's been almost a decade that
wow,
the chocolate walk has
but it really has grown remarkably, and that's coming up.
It is. It's coming up on Friday, April 4th. It's always the first Friday in April.
5:30 to 7?
Actually, we've changed the timing. It was one of those great lessons we learned during the pandemic. We sell 400 tickets every year for this fantastic event where individuals can stop into over 25 different businesses that are giving out different chocolate delicacies, from chocolate-covered caramel apples to chocolate-covered pretzel sticks and everything in between. And people go with their bags and their wristbands, and they can visit all of these different places. One of the things that we learned during the pandemic is that when you sell 400 tickets to go into these different businesses and you start them all at the same place, people are going to go on the same pathway, even though it's a self-guided tour. And so we've now started it earlier so that there are 2 flights. So everyone starts at our office at 128 North Broad Street. They check in, show us their tickets. We'll give them their bags and their wristbands and their chocolate walk maps so they know where all the goodies are. And then they can go out either between anytime between 4 and 7. So the first flight is between 4 and 5:30, and then the second one is between 5:30 and 7. But really any time during that time, and it makes it a much more pleasurable experience for all of the customers.
How many did you say are involved businesses now?
So we have over 25 businesses that are involved, but we will likely have 30 by the time the chocolate walk rolls around.
When this first started, do you remember what the initial group was in terms of number?
No, so that was started.
It had to be a little smaller than that.
It was smaller than that, but chocolate walk has been popular since its inception.
Sure.
And so that was pre-me, but it would consistently sell out every year just because, tickets are $25 for members, $30 for non-members. And I always say, this is a little insider tip, you will not be able to finish all the chocolate. So you should bring Ziploc bags or Tupperware so that you can go home. And then when you wake up in the middle of the night and say, you know what tastes really good right now? You have your chocolate.
Hints from Amanda on how to handle a knowledgeable chocolate walk person, no doubt about it.
Yes, I know my chocolate.
And again, DDL, they've just done they were just kind of been on the ground floor and kind of pushed a lot of this resurgence and renaissance we've seen. And another one that goes on just right behind us now, just has become a really big event, is this cinema night.
Oh, that's one of my very favorite events, Saturday Cinema.
It is.
It's
a big deal.
Thousands of people.
Big deal.
Thousands of people come down with their families and set up lawn chairs and blankets. It's the second Saturday of every month, May through August. We We family-friendly films for free, and there's a concession stand where you can get popcorn. You can make a donation, but it's really making free family fun accessible to all families. So we really love to be able to provide that. And we're so lucky because we have fantastic partner agencies throughout our community, like the Robert K. Fox Family Y, like the Decorative Arts Center of Ohio, like the Georgian and the Sherman House, our Fairfield County libraries, just to name a few, that come down and set up pre-movie activities so that it truly is a whole night of fun for the family. You can go and be blowing bubbles, making art before the movies, and then you can curl up with your fam and watch a great film.
And what a fabulous location right here to do that. You've got the beautiful gazebo and all the brick, and everything's just kind of a little terrace situation right there. It's kind of made for this.
It really, really is. It truly, literally is. We're lucky because we are a very old historic community, and this city was founded at a time when city centers were gathering places. That's where you went to connect with your community, to share in public life, to celebrate. And so it's really going back to that type of thinking. We're all buried in our phones, and everything is so accessible with one click of a button. And this really helps you reconnect with your community, and I think solves a lot of the problems that we're seeing in today's world. If people would get outside and meet their neighbors and gather together to share in our commonalities and not our differences, I think we'd be doing really great. So you heard it here first. The key to everything is spending more time with your neighbors downtown.
The gospel with Amanda Everett. Amanda, Executive Director of Destination Downtown. Now, is the cleanup day coming up soon?
Cleanup day is coming up soon. We're so excited about that. Another wildly popular event. Yeah. Saturday, April 26th. We do right close. Around, it is Earth Day. And we have at this point in time, we now regularly see over 300 volunteers.
Again, it's just kind of gotten legs, and it's developed its own life. I mean, it's a big deal.
And it speaks to the pride that our community members have in their city, and the fact that we have government leaders, business leaders, community leaders, students from different schools coming together to roll up their sleeves and make downtown sparkle. It's a pretty special feeling.
One of the things that people are always asking me about, and I'm sure you've got some insight on this, is the what we might call the Gateway Project. Yes. Down where across from the old AEP building where JFS is now, that big green space right there. Is there any movement on that? There is.
There is, even though it doesn't look like it, and It's been a really long time. We're very, very close to being able to release some details about this.
That'd be huge.
It is going to be huge.
Boy.
And what I can tell you is that the plans currently are for a small hotel on the corner, and then also some residential units on the Chestnut Street side. Mm-hmm. And we'll be making announcements. Those are the public record things that we can talk about now, but hopefully we'll be able to get that deal closed soon, and it will become another cornerstone for our downtown and our community.
You're right. That is really a linchpin down there with the beautiful JFS building, that, and kind of the gateway, as you say. You move into Lancaster right from that area right there. That's going to be a great area. Good luck with that. And we've had the city on talking about, and I could probably ask you, Why is it called the Shoemaker Building?
I love that it's called the Shoemaker. So obviously, in most recent memory, it was called the Essex Wire.
That's what I remember as a kid.
Yes, and so many of us call it that. But originally, it was a shoe factory.
I had heard that too.
It was a shoe factory, and so when Urban Restorations purchased that building and went through all that they did to develop that when we were working with them, they really wanted to pay homage to its history as an old shoe factory. And as they were trying to think about a name for these luxury loft apartments and those commercial spaces in the bottom, they thought, wouldn't it be fun to call it the Shoemaker?
Now, is the spelling SHU?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So a little pull on the German heritage of this region, as well as what the building was historically known for.
Again, it's just going to fit so well into this overall overarching theme of renovation downtown and redoing old places and just like all the things Brad's down here and is still doing down here. I mean, this is it's going to be a great project.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic
project.
project.
Is that 26, 27?
So that's going to be 26, spring of 2026. Wow. Yeah.
That's a lot going on here, girl.
There's a lot going on downtown. A lot going on. We've got a bunch of new businesses. We have a waiting list right now for businesses that are looking for storefront
spaces. Great is that?
It's fantastic. As well as a waiting list for people who want to live in our beautiful walkable downtown. So it's a really, really special thing.
Got about a minute left, and one thing I wanted to connect with is the old Mills Memorial Church down here on Union and Broad Street, just a couple blocks from here.
Correct.
That's been gone through a couple of renovations of different things. Still going strong? Still going strong,
and it might be a little aggressive, but we're hoping for a fall of 2025 opening for that space. A wonderful restaurant, co-working space with Brickhouse Blue, who knows how to execute a high-functioning co-working space. They've done them before. They want to be here in Lancaster. So it's going to be just a wonderful community gathering space, family-friendly space, and a great spot for those that are looking to be in the heart of the downtown that don't necessarily want to pay that monthly brick-and-mortar rent, but want to have a high-quality working space.
Maybe the fastest 15 minutes we do all year is when Amanda's on with DDL, because it is just bang, bang, bang. Things happen, and we didn't even touch them all. There's just more. So congratulations on just being involved in on this. I know you're psyched about just how well things have gone, and the future looks bright.
The future does look bright. We're really grateful for all of the assistance we get from the city and the county, as well as our property owners within the Special Improvement District, and the philanthropists that make all of our work possible.
Come back and visit some more and tell us some more good things. You've always got good things to talk about.
Thanks so much for having me, Paul.
Amanda Everett with Destination Downtown. We'll be back in a moment.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve home ownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, "You've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person," or "I've seen what you've done and I want to do that." And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
March is Developmental Disability Awareness Month, a time to celebrate inclusion, acceptance, and the incredible contributions of individuals with developmental disabilities. Back in 1987, President Reagan called on all of us to take action. And at Fairfield DD, we live that mission every day. This month, we're inviting you to be part of the movement. Join us for exciting events, inspiring stories, and hands-on learning opportunities to help build a more inclusive community. Together, we can create a vibrant community where people lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions. Visit fairfielddd.com to get involved. Let's make a difference, because inclusion starts with all of us.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. I appreciate Amanda coming on, give us an update on always so many great things happening around the community. And again, one of the great organizations in town, one of the great nonprofits, and we have a lot of them, is Fairfield County DD. We've got the superintendent on here, David Uhl. David, welcome.
Good to see you, Paul.
We just had Amanda Everett on, and there's always so many things going on there, but I think we could very well say the same thing for Fairfield County DD. You guys are just a terrific organization involved in just a lot of things around the community. Here we are, the first quarter, kind of coming to an end of 2025. If we look back on 2024, good year for DD?
It was a very good year. We have seen significant growth over the last 10 years as we look back and try to understand what things looked like at the end of 2014, beginning of 2015. We've grown about 63%. Back then we were supporting just over 1,000 people. Today it's nearly 2,000, 1,900. In 5 years, Paul, we project we'll be serving more than 3,000 people with disabilities here in Fairfield.
So exponentially, it's really...
Yeah, and there are a number of reasons why. You know, part of it is the population growth. Fairfield County remains the 5th fastest growing county in the state. I think there's more awareness about services that are available. Our services are voluntary. People can choose to become a part of our organization or not. Some choose not to, others decide to. And that happens really from birth clear through adulthood, that we see people who may be interested in connecting with us. And so I think awareness of the services available, I think the fact that doctors and medical professionals have gotten a bit more sophisticated in the diagnosis of disabilities for people. We're seeing the need for services grow, just as you said, exponentially year over year. When I started 13 or 14 years ago, it was we were in the hundreds, 700, 800 people, and by 2030 we expect more than 3,000 people.
You just do great work down there. Forest Row still going strong.
Sure is, yes indeed. We have great partnerships with all 8 of the Fairfield County school districts, and Fairfield DD continues to facilitate Forest Row School for the purpose of supporting medically involved kids that maybe their school district isn't the least restrictive environment. The district maybe can't support that kid in the way that they need supported, and that's why Forest Rows exists. And
coffee shop down here, I mean, I can remember when that, I think we talked when that was even being thought about coming out here. And Temple, I think, was the first manager maybe you had down there, but it's come a long way. What an asset that's been to your organization.
Yeah, and we hope, the goal is that not only is it an asset to Fairfield DD, but to downtown and Lancaster as a whole. Mm-hmm. That business over the last 14 or so years has grown unbelievably. We will do now in a month what we did the entire first year of business down there when it comes to revenue. I mean, it is just, we went down there, my family and I, on a Sunday. My daughter wanted to meet a friend for coffee on a Sunday at about 1 o'clock, and the place they had a waiting list. It was absolutely packed with people. They couldn't take anyone else. Now, that always happens around the holidays, but for it to be just a random Sunday, throughout the week, it's been a great opportunity to kind of allow that to be the front door of our organization. It employs people with and without disabilities. We have internship programs down there with some Lancaster high school kids. We continue to partner with a great number of downtown businesses throughout Hunger Awareness Month. There's opportunities for partnerships with the Hunger Alliance here in town as an example of how Art and Clay and Square 7 continue to work to partner with other entities in the community to move our mission forward.
Superintendent of Fairfield County DD, David Uhl, is with us today, and we're right on the cusp here within the next 24, 48 hours of really your signature event, celebration coming up here, and it's moved around a little bit now. I think we might have a different location this year, but tell us about it. It's really, again, your signature event.
Yeah, the Celebration of Possibilities is a really important event for Fairfield DD, hosted by Friends of Fairfield DD, our nonprofit organization that works to support our mission and to raise awareness in the community about Fairfield DD and the things that we're doing. And Celebration is in Lancaster this year. We were in Pickerington the last few years, so we have moved it around a little bit. And this year it's a lot different. So for years we have brought in entertainment. A comedian, a motivational speaker, and it's just made that event kind of long because we give out a number of awards during that event, and so that it's a Wednesday night, people got to get back home, get to work the next day. So we've shaved some of that off. It's still going to be entertaining and fun and engaging, but we're not bringing an entertainer in this year. But we will be giving a number of awards out to people who have helped move the Fairfield DD mission forward. One of which was your previous guest, Amanda, and the Downtown Collaborative for Inclusion, which I was a part of on that committee with Angela Cryle and O'Calley and Amanda and a number of downtown entities, and together we were all a part of the PACE vehicle, a mobile changing unit for anyone who might have a need that will be placed throughout the community at events. It was down for the tree lighting. It'll be, I think, at the 4th of July. I think they're hopeful to be at the festival, a way to allow people who may have a need for a private changing area to utilize that space and be included in the community more than they ever have been before. So that's an example of an award that we're giving out at the celebration on Wednesday, and it's just one example of several who have really worked so hard to move our mission forward here in Fairfield County.
Well, it's a great mission, and you guys just do a great job of that. That's why obviously you don't have any control about the growth. That is what it is. It grows because the need is there, but the way you've handled things and the things you've done to kind of mainstream and keep things moving for these folks that need your services is amazing. So we've got the Celebration of Possibilities coming up this week. That's a big deal. But as always with nonprofits, the dollar sign kind of moves into the foreground. You think about that a lot because it's a little different for how you guys are funded. And come May, people will have a say about that.
Yes, they will. Fairfield DD is a county entity that is taxpayer funded. About 77% of our annual revenue comes from property tax levies. And this May 6th, Fairfield DD is on the ballot once again, Paul, for a simple renewal. A simple renewal of the 1.85 mil levy that already exists. And here's what that means for the property taxpayers of Fairfield County. First thing it means is that Fairfield DD has worked to be good stewards of those taxpayer dollars. One of our values is fiscal responsibility. And so the fact that we've gone 10 years, this levy was first passed in 2015. It's a 10-year levy that ends in 2025. So this is an example of, we didn't spend our money wisely or anything like that. The levy simply comes to an end at the end of this year, and we need to renew it because it accounts for about 1/3 of our annual revenue. And so as we renew it, though, it really will cost 0 pennies more for any property taxpayer in Fairfield County.
Big to mention that.
It's a huge deal. And people say, well, how's this possible, David? Because my property tax value has gone up, your property tax value has gone up, everyone in Fairfield County has seen an increase. How is it that if we renew this levy, property taxes aren't going to go up as a result? And the simple reason is because we're renewing it only. We're not replacing it. We're not asking for new money. It's a renewal on the 2015 property valuation from when it was passed the first time. So we're asking for a 5-year renewal, which will take us with the exact same amount of money through 2030 before we would need to come back and talk to the taxpayers again about some additional funds. So the thing we're trying to get out is this May 6th, people, just as you said, have an opportunity to decide how they will support Fairfield DD. And if this levy were to pass, it would cost 0 pennies more for the Fairfield County taxpayer.
Typical of any of these levies we see and hear about, not yours necessarily, but it's only going to be another $100 for every 100,000, and you kind of hear that's the rhetoric that you hear, but with you, no increase.
It's $40 per $100,000 valuation, and that's what everyone is paying.
And that's ongoing now, so
that's right.
What you'll be doing, keeping that. And again, I think that speaks to the use of money that I know you and your organization feels very strongly about. It's not your money, it's other people's money, and spend it wisely.
Yeah, that's right. It's really interesting you say that, because this really is sort of a contract between the community, the property taxpayers of Fairfield County, and the people that are supported through Fairfield DD. It's not Fairfield DD money, it's not a Fairfield DD levy. It's really about people in the community saying, yes, we want to support those with disabilities. We understand the value of that, and we see that those dollars are being invested wisely.
And for a lot of people, maybe they don't see the value of Fairfield DD. If you're not in that world, maybe you don't see that every day. But for the people that utilize those services and the family members of the people that utilize the services, it's invaluable.
Yes, it is. And we believe that because we've been able to be such good stewards these last 10 years, that this simple renewal on the same dollar will take us through, and we'll be able to get 15 years really out of a 10-year valuation levy.
And I kind of like the idea of a little different look at the Celebration of Possibilities coming up this week, all in-house.
Yep.
Talk about the things, your world, the things you've done, the people that have helped in the last year or the last several years make it worthwhile and make it possible for you to do what you do. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, it really is. It's the 15th annual celebration, so we're kind of looking back over the last 15 years very quickly, but we really want to focus on 2040. So the theme is Forward 2040. What does the community need to look like in the next 15 years as we look ahead for 15 years to be able to support people, to build a community, Paul, that recognizes the value of every single person who lives in it? That's what we're working toward. And so we have an opportunity to have a conversation with the community that night at the celebration about that.
And I think that's been the overarching word you've tried to get out, that everyone has value, and there's a reason for everything being like it is, and we should value every person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fairfield County DD, you guys do a great job. Best of luck on your big celebration. I know you've got some cool awards to hand out down there. There's always a few surprises. Some things no, some things a few surprises. It's going to be a fun night.
Yes, it is.
I'd watch for that. It's going to be a good thing. David Uhl, the superintendent of Fairfield County DD, congratulations on a great year, and we'll talk again well before May comes up here, and we'll see if we can get this across the line.
Look forward to it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Fairfield County DD. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.